Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Letha. I am Travis. It's Friday, and that means it's time for Friday Night SmackDown. Looks like they got a full card for us tonight with Drew McIntyre and the Viking Raiders taking on Madcap, what's that guy's name? Corbin and Drew McIntyre. Looks like there's your Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, in memory of.
Again, on WWE
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I'm sure they'll show it on both shows, right?
For sure.
I think he passed away on Monday, so it makes sense.
Yes.
Anyways, Kofi Kingston's going to be taking on Ridge Holland. It looks like Butch is going to be in Ridge Holland's corner with Sheamus, and there is a possibility that Kofi has a guy in his corner also, Xavier Woods, or King Woods as we used to call him. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are going to be taking on Sasha Banks and Naomi, and it looks like Brock and Roman could get physical with each other tonight.
Let's get physical. Physical. We want to get physical. Dun, dun, dun,
Let me hear your body talk.
Yeah. Hey, everybody out there. Thanks for joining us tonight. It looks like we got Film with us and Matthew. Walter is out there. Carlito is with us. Sophie's out there. Hello, hello, hello. We also have Luke out there. Hey,
Woo!
Luke. Carlito is talking about some rumors about Cody Rhodes. Some stuff out there saying that he's signed with WWE and all that good jazz, but we don't really know that for sure. Those are just rumors. There's no actual proof or information coming from Cody himself or WWE themselves that says that that's a truthful thing. I know that a lot of people want that to happen. So there are going to be a lot of rumors about that, guys. So just be careful where you get your information from. Make sure that it's a reliable source, that you know for sure that they do have a lot of valid proof on their sites for that type of information. I don't want you guys to get disappointed when you do read that kind of stuff and it doesn't happen. It brings you up to a very high and then crashes you down to a very low in the sport, I've noticed. So just be careful with what you guys go out there and believe, okay? Matthew says, we aren't guys. Rudias. Walter says, let's see who's wrestling tonight. He also booed some Paul Heyman. Luke says, Matthew, don't let me in with you. Walter says, hey, Luke. And Matthew says, question. What did Hulk Hogan ask in arts and crafts class?
I don't know. Something about brother.
Yes. The answer is, what you gonna glue, brother?
What you gonna glue?
So it says WWE confirmed today that both Nights of Mania will be shown in movie theaters. Well, that's pretty cool, I guess.
That is
Hopefully
way
you
cool.
get a ticket. You can just get the ticket, and it's for both nights instead of you have to buy separate tickets. As Luke telling Matthew to stay out of the crack. James Howell's in the chat. Yo, hey, James.
Woo, woo.
Yo, James. What's up, my man? Walter says, LOL, singing, delete it. Yes, it's very sad. I'm sorry if it made all of your ears bleed like crazy. So if it says, what did John Cena say to school?
You can't see me. I don't
Exactly. You can't see me. But his time wasn't now. Luke says, anyways, in real sports news, the Chiefs just signed another huge burner receiver from the Steelers, Juju Smith-Schuster. Did his name come from Juju Fruits? Just out of curiosity, since it is spelled the exact same. Was his mother eating a lot of Juju Fruits during her pregnancy and said, God damn, that's a good fucking name for a kid. Juju it is. Matthew says, LOL, Luke, the other night Soapy said bye. It is before he dipped. Luke says, Chiefs about to throw for 10,000 yards this season.
All right.
Walter's like, Freddie Freeman is going to LA Dodgers.
I've seen that.
Sophie says, what did Randy Orton say to his doctors?
RKO. I don't know.
He hears voices in his head.
They called him.
It would be psychologists, but yeah.
It's a doctor.
They're not real doctors. Luke says, very true, Matthew, but don't drag me into this. Walter says, boo, Roman Reigns. Ravi is in the chat. Hey, Ravi, how is it going? Rewind when the crowd say, boo, selecta. James says, chillin', and Walter says, Usos, boo, hiss, boo. And Matthew's like, LOL, I'm behaving for now. Jacob Hagin is in the chat. Hey, Jacob. Luke Riley, I got the game. I think it's supposed to be here tomorrow. And Ravi says, oh, that joke only D could tell them jokes. Ravi's like, oh, Matthew, LOL. Okay, those aren't my jokes. They're people's comments. Thank you very much. Walter's like, John Cena is still busy doing pacemaker. And Sophie says, how are Idaho potatoes?
The best in the world.
They're potatoes. They taste just like a potato. So weird. If you bake them in the oven and put lots
Irish
of butter
has
on
good
them.
Potatoes. Russia has good potatoes.
I think our
Texas
potatoes
has
are
good.
probably the best potatoes because they came from Idaho. And they're all about potatoes. Anyways, Sophie says, Luke, I'm behaving tonight. Boo, Luke Riley. Jacob says, breaking news, Corey Dickerson is a Cardinals player now. I don't know who Dickerson is.
Is that like Eric Dickerson's kid?
Maybe. Robbie says, nah, Dr. Sophie actually right for once. Luke says, the fact you had to say you're behaving makes me skeptical. I was like, do you blaming the viewers? I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just reading your guys' dumbass chats. If you guys are going to put stupid jokes in the chat and make me read them, they aren't my jokes. They're your jokes. Ravi's worst of all. Walter's like, WrestleMania coming up in April. Yeah, only a couple weeks away.
We are just a couple weeks out. It's coming quick.
Technically, 2 weeks from this weekend.
Yeah, 2 weeks and 1 day.
Yeah. So it was like, I forget, does Idaho have any professional sports teams?
No.
No. In fact, most people don't even know that Idaho is a state in the United States of America. They forget that it is included in
Our
that.
most popular team is the Boise State Broncos in football.
Yeah.
Hey, they're in the tournament, too, for basketball this year.
They are.
And they're ranked like an 8.
They are in the basketball NCAA tournament, so that is true. Very true. Very true. Isaac, how's spending it on me, fam? Because it's all your fault, always. Every day, all the time.
Acknowledge me.
Wow, they like in there. Where are they at in this garbage heap?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, so they're in a garbage heap, and they're like, we like you so
They're in
much.
Charlotte's home city.
Marvy says, what is Roman saying more importantly? Nothing important. That's the point. So it's like, we are 2 weeks away from Mania. What a stupendous event. Big words, big words. Walter says AEW Rampage is at 11:30 p.m. my time. Very late. It's late if you don't stay up that late, right, Walter? If you stay up that late, it doesn't really matter unless you have something to do the next day, like play tennis, which is what you normally
They're only going to come on when the tournament game is over. So if that game goes into overtime, it's going to be
you'll
later.
be screwed even more.
later,
So you better hope that whatever team gets its ass beat real fast. What the fuck ever.
Brock's
you know
scared.
Brock's going to be there.
He'll probably...
Don't believe it.
He'll hike with some
Don't
snow boots
believe
on.
it. He's going to come in with a dog sled and his huskies. Shut the fuck up, Paul. Let's see. Walter's like, AEW Rampage that. And Luke says the AFC West has become arguably the best division in the NFL. Trav, I know you're not an NFL fan currently, but this season will be very entertaining. Russell Wilson is the quarterback of the Broncos now.
I've seen that he had got traded. I didn't know if it was real or not.
Yeah, we had kind of looked at that, and Travis told me about it because I'm a Seahawks fan, and I was like, what? Like, I guess they didn't want him anymore. Walter's like, woo, NC, and Chris is like, hey, Travis and D. Hey, Chris, how's it going, man? How's Texas? Robbie says, Paul with a cheap phone case, and Matthew says, damn, they aren't too far from me tonight. You should go rain on their parade. Luke says, and my Jayhawks are in the NCAA tourney.
I think I picked them going the whole way, didn't I?
The Jayhawks?
Kansas?
Oh, I think so.
I think I picked the Jayhawks
On the
winning
bracket
it.
we did, yeah. Sophie says, I just saw the Ryan Reynolds movie, The Adam Project. It isn't that bad. It is a Netflix movie.
I watched the other one that he did. That Free Guy.
Free Man.
Free Guy. That was pretty good. I thought it was pretty fun.
It wasn't too bad. Some of those Netflix movies are pretty good, actually.
That's an HBO original or something, though,
yes,
isn't it?
those are, yeah. But we've watched a couple Netflix movies that have been good.
Yeah,
like
Adam
that
Sandler
Red Notice was good. That was a Netflix one. And then that other one, that Spencer's Confidential, that you guys, I still need to watch it.
It's good.
That's good with Marky Mark. Robbie's like, hello, D, always surprised with what happens in WWE. I have to be, Robbie, because I don't pay attention to the news. Walter says Brock Lesnar will suplex
He's got another
everybody.
message.
Well,
he's landing,
he is.
and he's on his way.
How's that possible?
He got his hopes all up. Now they're dashed.
Oh, my God.
What are we gonna do?
Somebody... You're going to wrap this up and take it home.
They're out.
Like, we're not staying.
Brock's there. They're out.
He didn't even want his... He's like, I'm leaving without my belt even. He's like, yeah, no thank you.
He's got the belt.
I know Paul does.
Uh-huh.
But
Roman didn't care.
Roman left without it. Like, you can wrap this up. I'm out.
Right.
And so he didn't even take his shit with him. Anyways.
Charlotte coming up here pretty
Charlotte's challenge on the menu. Old Char and her challenge with Papa John's. Let's see. Well, it says Brock Lesnar will suplex everybody. Yes, he will, Walter. Yes, he will. Jacob Jean says Travis Corey Dickerson's dad's name is Tim Dickerson.
No, it's
well,
not.
We don't know who he is then.
It's not Eric.
Is he a special guy? Because we don't know he is a special guy. So it was like AEW didn't hit 1 million viewers this week. Why, those bastards, Sophie. How fucking dare they? Robbie's like, Sophie, it doesn't matter. It looks like Mitch Trubisky is the quarterback of the Steelers, and Deshaun Watson is the quarterback for Cleveland now.
Did Watson get traded there?
Well, he must have.
I seen that they were offering him a bunch of money.
Sophie says the guy who directed both Free Guy and the Adam Project is going to direct Deadpool 3.
Uh-oh. Look in the back. They're showing us what's happening.
Yay, we're in the back and we're leaving. Brock's going to be
bouncing.
the driver. Oh, here he comes.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Go.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
He could have just gored him.
They couldn't have gotten out on the other side. That would be weird.
Well, it's probably recorded earlier. It was
Oh,
like,
my God. How dare they?
they weren't even there during the recording.
They weren't even there.
Vince loves to
JVD
destroy
is in the
cars.
chat. Hey, JVD. And Robbie says, just sipping on a brew watching SD. You're a lush. Robbie's like, man's fuming blood about Brock. And Jacob Jean says, hey, JVD. And Luna's in the chat. Hey, Luna says, LOL. He just landed. Walter's like, last week on SmackDown, Lesnar was running behind Paul Heyman out of the building. JVD is laughing. And Bryce is in the chat. Hey, Bryce. Says, hello, Wrestling Gab. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Robbie says, Morgan spiced in a tag team match. Sure. Walter's like, Papa John's good pizza. I beg to differ on that one.
I've never had it.
Chris says, Reigns and Uso look better now, like an actual faction with Red. Now they need their cousins, Solo Sequoia, and maybe a faction like Diamond Mine, Red versus Blue.
Uh-oh, Crips versus Blood.
Matthew says, it's Brock! And JVD says, Charlotte is challenging me to turn the effing channel. Golf Leshy is in the chat saying, Brock pulled a stone cold. Walter's like, Brock got the long car, LOL. And Carlito did say, it's Brock! And, you know, before the commercial break of breaking windows. Matthew says, thank God Boring Reigns is dead. And Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Vin. Says, hey, Travis. Woo. Dalitha. How's it going, you two?
Doing fantastic for a Friday.
Fantastic. Jacob says, hey, Vin, and JVD's got a laughing emoji face again. Luke says, yes, Cleveland gave him $46 million, all guaranteed for 2 years, and also gave up their first round and second round picks. LOL. They reached.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's fucking stupid.
Cleveland was on the cusp of being good anyways, and then they just blew it. Now they're not going to be able to build a franchise.
How fucking gay. What a dumb bastard.
It's tough.
That's just fucking dumb. Like, no human is worth that much money to do their job. Fuck that shit. Vindicator's like, hey, Matt, Ravi, Luke, Jacob, and Alo, the troublemaker, who is not here at the moment. Ravi says, "Do you excited for Live Your Life in Action tonight?" Matthew says, "Little Caesars is better than Domino's. That's a fact." Matthew's like, Vin, hearts. Ravi says, "Brock better win at Mania." And Ravi wants to know, Vin, what's good? Commander Martha's in the chat says, "I almost got sick by having Caesars for lunch last week."
I bet.
And Chris says, "Yeah, people sleep on Little Caesars, but it's only good if you have multiple boxes. Not worth just one box, though." I have no idea.
I haven't had Little Caesars for... Have we ever had it?
It's been a long time, but I think we got it when your nephew was kind of around.
Yeah, I know we bought it for his
and
friends.
his friends were here, and we bought him that for like a party or something they were having.
I wonder if I had a piece.
I don't know if you had a piece at that time.
It was about 6 years ago.
Yeah. Anyways, I will do trivia on the next commercial, Walter, just so you know. Jacob Jean says, "Hey, Chris," and Luke says, "Delitha, when are you going to get WWE 2K22 and play it on stream as well as Elden Ring?"
I feel like she should.
I have Elden Ring. I just haven't played it on stream. Travis is trying to get me out of my funk of stuff. Lots of things have happened.
So is he going to pick up their car, or what's he going to do?
Fun. Robbie says, "Brock, if the fuck lift, LOL." They're like, "Oh my god, we're in here." Like, okay, we're going to put you back in there, alright? And they're like, "Alright, we're going to get out now." He's like, "Okay, I'm going to lift up your vehicle." It's like, this is fun. Ruining a good vehicle like that.
I ran one of those forklifts at DI when I worked there. Oh, gosh.
You know, if they didn't want it, you know, they could have just given it to me. I would have taken that vehicle.
Yeah, it's not bad. Turning that bitch sideways. A nice little spare tire on the bottom there.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Eh.
Is he going to push it out to like where the fans are?
A telehandler.
This is the kind I wanted to get to stack the shed on top of another shed.
Yes, sheds on sheds.
Look at what in meantime.
Moments ago.
Oh shit, is he coming after the truck?
Go, man. Go. Oh, God. So this all happened moments ago. He's like, "Oh, where are you going?" Like,
oh, shit. Oh, careful,
oh,
careful.
Shit.
Dude! He almost got ran over. Like, be careful. Still a real vehicle. Brock ripped the door
they're
off.
buckled up in the back, because if not, they're going to fall out.
Poor hat.
He's like, "God damn it, somebody tried to ruin my hat! My hat!"
This
He's
happened
like, "What's this?"
moments ago. Look
He's
at him.
like, "Got me a nice door." This is a nice fucking
He's
door.
coming out to the ring.
So I'm going to keep this fucker.
The alpha male of our species.
Walter's like, "Okay, at 9:16 p.m. my time I'm going, but be here for Monday for Raw." Oh, 9:16 p.m. Got it all down to the seconds, too, I bet. Rob's like, "Haha, yes, Brock, LOL." And Vindicator's like, "Over, under, 5 times." Delitha says, "That's just dumb during 1.5 hours of SmackDown tonight." All right, they're your guys' bets. I don't know what you guys are winning from it.
It's definitely over.
Matthew says, "Damn it.
There's 2
Boring
women's
is
matches.
Still alive." JVD says, "Wow, not a scratch on them." And Sophie says, "Free Guy was an awesome movie." Robbie says, "They got more cars than a lot." Chris says, "Too many people playing Elden Ring, LOL, even though I have it as well." Film says, "Hey, what's up, Jacob?" And Film says, "Happy Friday, Jacob." Luke says, "It's 'cause it's a damn great game, Chris, LOL." Sophie says the Steiner brothers might get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Janelle Jackson's in the chat.
Hey,
Hey Janelle.
Good to see you in here.
Giving us that wonderful, rumor stuff happening around the world, saying Cody Rhodes officially signed with WWE. That's the word going around on Twitter. Yes, that is a big fat rumor, Janelle. We are not going to be saying that that's truthful. We haven't seen actual information from Cody Rhodes himself or WWE. I would not officially say that that's official. Chris says, Reigns driving my pickup. And Vindicator says, Travis, you need to teach the pseudo-Canadian Brock how to properly drive an American forklift. He should have caused way more damage than that. LOL.
Breaking windows.
Walter says, Brock broke the door of the truck. And Sophie says, Elden Ring looks like a Lord of the Rings type of game. Jacob says, hey, film. And Matthew says, Brock is the coolest. Here needs to come to the ring riding a grizzly bear. They probably have those in Saskatchewan. That's probably what he does in his free time.
That's his other car.
That's his other car. Ravi says, is that how Brock acts when people say they don't like his seasoning? And Film says, hey, Misty and Travis, how's your day going? And happy Friday.
Doing good.
Damn-tastic. Mitzi says, obviously the Usos and Roman. Also, hey, man, must play GTA 5 during their free time. Walter's like, okay, Lesnar coming out. He's going to talk. James Howell says, Brock has superhuman strength ripping the door off. He's like, excuse me, I'm a little tired. Roman Reigns.
He's all sorts of exhausted. Good.
The bipolar beast, son. Vindicator says, but I'm sick of McAfee kissing Lesnar, but he is not the alpha male of anything. He is another guy who can wrestle. That's it. You tell him, Vindicator. Sophie says, thank God it is on regular TV because I wouldn't be able to pause. Walter's like, hurry up, we want wrestling. Matthew says, I'm so glad that Brock is making a fashion statement with his bootcut jeans. Fuck them skinny jeans. Fuck them all to hell.
Yeah.
He's coming for blood. Be prepared. He should get him
That's it. So there was
a first aid kit.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is he bloody?
No. He should get Roman a first aid kit because he's coming for blood.
Gift it for him.
And he needs to be prepared like a Boy Scout. Chris says it's going down this weekend at the rodeo. That old George Strait concert is on Sunday. Sophia says this is like the Stone Cold Rock feud with that backstage segment. Rob is like, 2 women's matches are WWE feeling okay. And Rob is like, Dean knows it's true. What's true? Matthew says Scott Steiner said, fuck the Hall of Fame. So if he is going in, then they must be paying him some serious money. Sophie says the London WWE pay-per-view is scheduled for Labor Day weekend, possibly on the same day as AEW All Out. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because AEW will be later in the day. And, of course, the London pay-per-view will be during
Yeah, even if they're on the same day, they'd be hours apart still.
It would just be a long day of watching wrestling, which most people are okay with. Ravi says, what's Brock saying? Blood. He's out for blood.
He's out for blood, so Roman better be ready. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
He's going to kill him.
Rick Boogs.
Sophie says, I can't wait for the new Harry Potter video game that is coming out this year. That's the one I am actually looking forward to. It's supposed to be in August or September. Matthew says, how do you think Brock eats his steak and what is his cut?
Just wipes its ass, cuts its horns off, and slaps it down on the table.
The cut that he eats, though? What cut?
The whole thing. Oh. He even eats the hooves.
He just eats the whole cow. What?
Nakamura, yeah.
Nakamura?
Nakamura, yeah.
So they're going for the tag team championships?
I guess.
This song, Pat McAfee, such a dork. JVD says this better be a bloodbath at Mania with Roman and Brock. And Tootsie, the New Yorkers in the chat, says Elden Ring is an Elder Scrolls fucking rip-off. Icon809 is in the chat. Hey, Icon says I will be at SmackDown next week in Brooklyn, my first WWE event. Film says, hey, Misty and Travis, I want to let you guys know I will not be showing up on Monday because we'll be going to Disney World because I didn't get a chance to because my tooth was hurting from before.
Boom.
Anyways, I'll have to see you on the next Monday live stream. Awesome. Well, I hope you have fun in Disney World and be safe.
That'll be the go-home show for WrestleMania. That'll be a good Monday.
Robbie says, I love looking like Freddie Mercury. Film says there's only 2 women's matches. They need to make 4 women's matches, but the more on TV. Matthew says, Film, you're seriously going to Disney World. Walter says, Shinsuke for the win. Sophie says they are selling out tickets for Money in the Bank soon.
I seen that.
Robbie says Cole is a fool. And Film says, for real, Matthew, yes, I was supposed to go on my birthday, but didn't get a chance to because the toothache that I had before messed up the schedule. Walter's like, Pat McAfee dancing funny. So funny. Trivia question.
Rick Boogs.
Not Rick Boogs. The trivia question is, who surprised John Cena at Hell in a Cell 2016 and defeated him for the United States Championship? Luke says, Trav, yesterday on G4 TV on Twitch, Liv, Dakota, and Ricochet were guests, and Dakota was hinting at her coming to main roster very soon, and Xavier Woods revealed he hasn't returned yet because he's had a couple blood clots during his recovery, and that has slowed him down.
Right. I heard that he wrestled over the weekend in house shows.
Well, maybe he did.
And so they were wondering if he wasn't going to be at Kofi Kingston's side tonight in that match.
Right? Gotten some deep vein thrombosis going on there for himself.
Deep vein thrombosis.
DVTs are happening. Sophie says the last WWE event I went to was an NXT house show a few years ago before my mom went to New York to stay for 2 years before coming back home last May.
That's what Serena Williams had. It was hard for her to even come back from that.
Yeah. Robbie says WWE needs to liven up. And Matthew says, that's awesome, Film. I hope you have a great vacation. Sophie says, Austin Theory versus Pat. I could see that feud go past Mania, and Vince will somehow still be involved with the Mania match. And Picola is up in the chat. Hey, Picola. Sup, everybody. He says, sup. Sup.
Sup.
Sup. Did you have a wonderful outing with your mom today? Sounds like you had a lot of things to do, and it sounded fun. Matthew says WWE doesn't have any monsters like Kane or Umaga.
Mm-hmm.
And Vindicator says, you see, Travis, Liv needs to become women's champ sooner than later because she is personable and popular and can do all those TV interviews you talk about champions needing to do. Yeah, G4 TV on Twitch is not what I would consider an actual interview on Good Morning America. But, you know, hey, I guess if you look at it the same, I guess possibly, but Phil says, I will, Matthew, thank you. Robbie says, Piccola, yo. JVD says, sup, Piccola. Phil says, hey, Piccola. Sophie says, I live right by Disney World. I went there a few times, once before moving to Florida, and sometime after moving to Florida, and once when I was younger.
Los Lotharios.
The Los Lotharios! Who are they going to slobber on?
Kiss Cam.
Kiss Cam. Who they picking?
That guy wants a kiss right there.
That black guy?
Yeah.
He definitely does. They always pick the girl that's on that side in the corner.
Oh, here she comes.
She's like, all right, I'm ready. Like, we picked you out first.
First one in a threesome, last one to get married.
Oh, gross.
It's science.
Is it science? Los Lotharios with our fire pants. All right, the answer to that trivia question was Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio. If you got Alberto Del Rio, guess that. You got it correct. Good job.
Do we want to do any lotteries for anything? I've got a lottery thing, but it's for bingo.
Okay.
It's a little ball and it spins. It's got a whole bunch of balls in it. I was going to throw it away, but we could use it for a lottery or something. A giveaway on here or something.
Maybe. Yeah, Pico's like, LOL, yes, eating fish, of course, since it's Friday. Oh, Shinsuke taking it to poor Humberto.
I had fish today.
It's not very nice.
Is that all you can eat on Friday, or do you just have to eat some fish on Friday?
I don't know. I think you can only eat that as meat. Luke says, I'm actually surprised I'm still a wrestling fan. My very first live WWE event I went to was the Kansas City pay-per-view where Owen Hart died. I was freaking scarred. Yeah, if that's the first one you saw and somebody died during it, that might not be the one you
It was like the first match or something. Did you watch the rest of the pay-per-view?
Did you stay? Matthew's like, WWE had something with the Wyatts, but they botched that. Robbie's like, can Liv handle being the champ? No. Chris says, my boy Angel Garza. The problem with Liv is she has to have too many people help her to try to be good at it. And I just don't think it works. Chris says, my boy Angel Garza. Film says, can't wait to see the beautiful and put Queen Charlotte Flair. Woo, hopefully she will not wear any long sleeves.
Who knows?
Says, another kiss plant, LOL. Oh, totally.
Well, she's definitely a plant if you see her walking up there.
Right. Matthew's like, Luke, are you serious? That's traumatic. How old were you? Rob is like, more like the Los Losers. And Luke says G4 TV was watched by 98K viewers, but I actually have to kind of side with Talitha on this. Liv is good on smaller and more niche type things, but isn't Good Morning America with millions of viewers. Yeah, that's the thing, right? And she has to have so many people in her corner to, like, be her cheerleaders that she's just not very good at it. Sorry. I know you guys love her, and I'm glad you guys do, but I'll never like her, and she'll never be championship material when it comes to that. And if they do give it to her because we feel bad for you, here you can have it.
I have a feeling it could happen at some point. It depends on if SmackDown, where they're at, where Raw's at, and their ratings, and
I'm not saying it
in
won't
their
happen.
future.
I'm just saying when it does happen, it'll be like, here you go, honey. You can have it for a while.
Well, the ladies at the top aren't gonna be there forever.
Right. So
Becky's gonna have another baby at some point. Charlotte's probably gonna start popping out cubs.
Maybe.
And so, well, unless Andrade wants to leave her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming he would want a family.
Right. I don't know.
Meaning that at some point the top's gonna come down.
Yeah, but that doesn't always mean that you're going to be in the top when it starts coming down.
Right. I'm just saying, and then a couple other things could happen. Maybe the Street Profits want to have babies.
Right. Angel Garza is getting serious. He ripped off his pants sometime earlier. So it says, remember those who had a feud before getting put together as a team. And Film says,
yes.
Please, no sleeves in this episode. Walter's like, oh, lost. And Matthew says, I was like 15 going on 16 when Owen passed. Jacob says, is that Ref Jessica? If so, she followed me on Instagram.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
It
yes,
is Jessica.
That is Ref Jessica. Robbie says, ain't Del Rio in prison? Yes.
I don't know.
Pretty sure
to be honest, he was like doing some independent shows not too long ago. I know he got in trouble for sexual assault or something, but I don't know if he ever went to jail, like long term for it.
Vinegar's like, LOL, but G4 is still better than doing Talking Smack with Heyman and Toasty Marshmallow, which I guess WWE doesn't have that show anymore.
Getting rid of it.
Oh, Boogs
Rick
is in
Boogs.
there. Oh, no. Poor Angel. He's going to get his ass whooped.
This guy's all torso. He's got short legs and short arms. Well, maybe not short arms, but he's got short legs.
Matthew,
Look at this.
Matthew,
Gorilla pressing. Oh, 2,
it was
3,
4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get him. Oh, no. I thought Humberto. I was hoping Humberto would hit him with a thrust kick. The most overused move in wrestling.
Sophie says, I'm surprised but happy that I'm still a WWE fan. Nothing that they do would ever make me turn my back on them unlike other wrestling fans. Chris says, my boy...
oh, look at this! 3. Oh.
Chef Nakamura picking up this win.
1, 2, and 3.
Not
Rick Boogs.
Not Chef Nakamura, but Rick Boogs got the win over poor Angel Garza. Matthew says, word, still very traumatic. Pico is like, you going to give away some sweet merch? Luke's like, I did stay, but the entire crowd had no idea how they should respond the rest of the night.
Did they announce there that he had died? Because he wasn't dead in the ring. He died on the way to the hospital or at the hospital or something like that. But I mean, obviously he was going to die. But did they announce it to everybody in the audience? Like, hey, we got official word that he's dead. Like, because that would change it also.
At that time, I don't even know how they would know. You know, like nowadays, you'd know immediately shit like that happens.
Like a
because,
press release,
you know,
or Vince was on the phone with them.
But did they release that? I mean, did anybody know until, like, out there in the real world? Like, you were watching the pay-per-view.
I was watching it, and they took the camera and they spun it, and they just started showing the crowd, and then the announcers, and it's like, why are they, like, what the fuck? And then you heard what happened and all that. Anyways, so I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, but it's also my memory when I was like 15 or something.
Right.
That they did announce that he had passed.
Right.
But anyways, but they were gonna go on with the show or something like that, and I was like, well, that's cool. Like, they're still going with it? I figured they would cancel it for sure.
I just feel like if Luke was 21, we were only like 19 or 20, because he's only a year or so older than us.
I'd have to look back. I'm pretty sure I was hanging out with Jeff in high school, but there again, it's one of those things.
Right. Let's see. So Pico says for Lent, just not meat for Fridays. There. So for Lent, he gave up. For Lent, they eat fish on Fridays, just not meat for Fridays. There you go. Bobby says, yeah, I watched the pay-per-view. That was when they were free to watch on TV. Chris says, industry plants, LOL. Sophie says, I was 14 when Owen passed, but I wasn't watching the WWE then. I started watching the WWE sometime after that year. Where it says, you should help Liv how to do interviews. Nah, I think
they
she's got
changed
enough
it.
help.
It was Madcap.
Maybe he is too broken. Maybe something happened. Matthew says, Luke, yeah, that was a messed up night, but Owen probably would have wanted the show to go on. Vindicator says Humberto and Garcia. Garza, it seemed like they are tailor-made for AEW, especially the constant stream of tag matches every week in a division that actually matters. Chris says, we only like Liv for the eye candy Elko. Just kidding. I'm sure Liv will win Money in the Bank so she can have it. Sophie says, I heard about the Owen passing on pay-per-view because all my friends in school were talking about it. Luke says, I am not sold on Liv becoming a champion as of right now, but I just love that she's adorable, very fan relatable, and even when she doesn't do her best, she doesn't just quit and walk away. But she has, Luke. That's the problem. And it wasn't a gimmick. One time it was. But one time it wasn't a gimmick at all. She literally cried and left and didn't come back.
Sasha Banks has done that.
Yeah.
So it is.
It's normal for
it's part
little
of the
crybaby girls to do that shit. Chris says it's official. Cultaholic Wrestling just posted a video. Cody has signed with WWE. I don't know if I really agree with Cultaholic either.
I went on Twitter and I didn't see it on Cody's.
And it's not on WWE shit. I don't believe it. People could just make up this shit no matter what. Oh, hey, I took a picture. Oh, look. I just have a hard time with some of those sites and that information, guys. Luke says, plus or extreme low to the WT is very rare and noticeable. Chris says, no, Del Rio signed with UFC. Oh, did he sign with the UFC and now he's not a felon anymore? Here's a trivia question. Which WWE superstar was never eliminated in the 2015 Royal Rumble match? Sophie says there is a meme with Audrey Edwards being the Daniel Bryan crying girl when he retired 6 years ago. Matthew says, yeah, T-Rex, what do you think the shelf life is of the female wrestlers are these days? Weird question, but female talent doesn't seem to stay around very long. Note with serious female wrestlers.
It's all depends on if they want to have kids or not. If they're going to have babies, then it's going to be a shorter, unless they have them in the middle of their career and then come back like Becky. But if Becky and Seth want to have more babies, so they're closer in age, then she's got to do it in the next year or two. So
yeah,
I would say 38 for young and graceful. And then once they get past 38, it's going to be a little bit rougher ride for them.
Natalia is one to watch on that one to see if it's true because she's around that age right now.
Mm-hmm.
Vindicator says men getting gorilla pressed has to be the worst thing because they're holding guys by the jewels nearly every time. Yikes.
I know. I think he had his finger up his butt, too. I was like...
Yeah. Matthew says, it seems like the whole scene has changed. Pico says, you know what? Wrestling is becoming like the NBA and the NFL. They got to make news 24/7. I just don't know if the propaganda is going to steer me away like other sports do. It depends on how much you watch it and pay attention to it, right? So if you don't watch the news and you don't pay attention to it, when you watch the actual sport, you'll be surprised and be like, oh, that's what's happening? That's pretty interesting. Film Nation says, don't you mean Audrey Edwards from AEW cried for Daniel Bryan because he was retiring? Sophie says, Cody Rhodes signed with the WWE. Deal came out 10 days ago, and he's rumored to show up during Mania weekend to be part of the Raw brand. Cool. Robbie says, it's the Viking Raiders. Come on. Film says, never mind. She said it first before I did. Matthew says, now with serious female wrestlers, will they start having a career like Undertaker or Randy Orton? It depends on the female wrestler. James Howe says, static noise coming from the stream. Sorry, Robbie says, and the fake Scottish man. Chris says, yes, they did announce. Jim Ross said Owen died. And Luke says they did near the end, but only because a bunch of people left the arena to go stalk the hospital he was taken to. So they found out and came back and started whispering it through the crowd. So WWE made an official announcement. Russell McIntyre's in the chat with his swords and angry faces. And Vindicator says back-to-back tag matches. Yeah, Bruce and Vince are paying attention to Tony Khan's order of business with his company. Sophie says if the rumors are true about Cody, that is a big deal since he is one of the co-founders of AEW.
It does look like it's pretty close. I mean, Mike Johnson reported that he signed about 14 days ago.
Yeah, that's what Sophie had said, that it was over 10 days ago that he had signed. I mean, I just don't believe that. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying that I would rather have it come out from WWE itself, Cody himself, or see him on WWE and let it be a surprise.
Right. So what they want to do is surprise everybody at WrestleMania. So it looks like he's going to show up at Mania, but he is going to be on the Raw brand, which sets up the Seth Rollins stuff.
Right.
That's what it looks like the plans are right now.
And if he comes over as Cody Rhodes, the Nightmare,
he will.
He'll be perfect, and it'll work.
Stardust.
Oh God, don't please say that. No. Robbie's like, but do you like helping people? No. Vindicator says Vince doesn't care about that. Sophie and Matthew says, oh, Vin. And Sophie says the MLB drew me away with all these new rules and how boring it is to watch on TV. Ian Glazer's in the chat says, I'm 16 years old. Cool, Ian.
Woo!
James Pittman is in the chat. Hey, James Pittman says, I like Drew McIntyre and the Viking Rays. Pico says, one of these days the Flame's going to pope out the turnbuckle randomly and we're going to smell burnt Drew chest hair. Pop out, I think he went to say. Pop out, not pope, but the pope part is pretty hilarious. The answer to that trivia question was Curtis Axel. If you guys guessed Curtis Axel.
Oh, Curtis. I remember that. That was his debut. I think it was on Father's Day.
Was it?
I believe
funny.
it was on Father's Day.
James Pittman says the Viking Raiders, they are great wrestlers. Chris O'Connor says they have their sources. Robbie says, D, let Liv have her time as she's the only time she's going to have. People at guest on. Sophie says one of Bret Hart nieces passed away. He confirmed it this week. Matthew says, Cola, ever seen that video of Taker catching fire by his pyro? Luke says WWE has officially announced the signing of Cody Rhodes on their website as of 97 seconds ago. There you go. So, 97 seconds ago, WWE said it. There you go. So everybody who wanted it to happen.
I am very disappointed in this.
Yep.
So not in that. In this. So they played Corbin's music and all of them came out to it. So I did not get to see Jinder Mahal's music.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or hear
Chris
it, I
says
guess.
PW Insider also confirmed Cody signed 10 days ago. Film says, hey, Jacob, are you still here? Pico says, Matthew, yeah, that was at Elimination Chamber. Robbie says Cultaholic loves to clickbait. And Luke says, Chris, it's not effing official until WWE or Cody himself announces it. Well, Matthew says, yeah, Natty Delight is probably going to be on 12 years with WWE. So Cody versus Seth is rumored for Mania. They are going the way of Cena versus Taker from a few years ago at Mania. Vindicator says, so Cody versus Rawlinson is the only match left to book at Mania that people would care about. And it doesn't necessarily have to be booked, right? I mean, they could just have him have a match.
I mean, hypothetically, obviously this looks like it's happening, but they could have done some other things. They could have had Elias show up and fight. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have some other guys that have been injured and out.
Yeah.
Or other surprises up their sleeve, but...
Pico says, Cultaholic is nice. I like when Adam plays WWE 2K Live. Luke says, everyone who takes what these backstage experts say is gospel are stupid as hell. Like, why can't people just be patient and wait for the official announcements? Or just be surprised. I would rather just be surprised, personally.
Yeah, that's the sad part, is it's not going to be... It's going to be very underwhelming when we see Cody. It's going to be like, oh... Cody's here.
Oh, yeah, well, Cody showed up. Well, that's good. Well, we all knew it like 25 days ago. Robbie says, if I wasn't watching SEA, I wouldn't have a clue what was going on tonight. Thumb says, hey, P. Cole.
That's the truth. I haven't told you anything. Anyways, we do have that tag team match coming on. Right now, Drew McIntyre's trying to get at Happy Corbin, but that is official at WrestleMania.
Yes, they just showed that it's going to happen. Bobby's like, who's writing these jokes? Matthew says, Cole, I can't remember. I know that at one of the WrestleMania events, Triple
now
H
it's commercial break.
Frost burned by the fire extinguishers used for his entrance. Sophie says, sometimes the reports end up true. Pickle says, what was the answer to the trivia question? Got it out to you, so now you know. Here's a new trivia question. Who defeated Bad News Barrett on SmackDown to qualify for the 2015 Royal Rumble? Pickle says that, and Vince says, yeah, please, God, no more Stardust. Ravi says, come on, Vikings. Pickle says, hurry, a film. Did you have a good week? Vindicator says, I never have answered Pickle, only questions and conspiracies. Ravi says, gender is trash, not gonna lie.
What?
Ravi. Vindicator's got cheesy smell. Sophia is in the chat. Says, hi. Hi, Sophia.
Hey, Sophia.
Sophie says, it will be interesting on what type of reaction Cody Rhodes gets when he does show up at Mania or WWE television. Jacob Hagin says, Luke, I think my mom ordered WWE a couple of weeks ago.
Boom.
Robbie says, LOL, I just watch it for what it is. Chris says, Elias still changing his gimmick. He buried Elias' character. Pickle says, when it comes to life, there's always conspiracies. And the truth is out there. Oh, yes, the truth. Sophie's like, wow, Jinder got one fan. And Luke says, Sophie, the point is all these rumors and stupid crap aren't really real until WWE, AEW, RH, or whoever is signed makes it official. Like, seriously, I think the reason WWE doesn't do surprises anymore is because by the time they try to do something, 7 zillion people have effing leaked it. So how can WWE do surprises? It's true. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, obviously, Vince has got to do this stuff behind closed doors with that person and not tell anybody.
Right.
Not even his attorneys at that point.
And then you have to be watching people who are out there taking pictures, people who are just...
Well, you can bring them in, on a private landing strip. Put them in a limo in a black car and drive them in to the building. Mm-hmm. And they just have them get out of the car and then show the cameras right from that point.
True.
I mean, if you want to do
I'm talking about when they do their signing and stuff. Those people are stalked so badly by people. Like, there's some crazy-ass people out there who do that shit.
You can do a lot of it just online.
True.
With digital signatures and...
That's very true, too. Sophia says Brock is trash. Oh, that's sweet. Matthew says how many Vince McMahon's does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. Light bulb screwed, light bulb. Montreal screw job. Jacob says, actually, Luke, it was Tuesday. I will be getting it tomorrow. Luke says, is that? And Jacob says, CM Punk. Robbie says, gender is not exciting. Sophie says, they have been throwing hints on Raw the last couple times regarding Cody. Vindicator says, Sophie and Sophia are here. That's going to become annoyingly confusing real quickly.
Boom. Big splash there in the corner.
Viking Raiders for the win, and
I'm already in trouble
from commercial.
Jinder Mahal
kicking some Viking butts.
Woo!
The answer to that last trivia question was Dolph Ziggler.
Old Dolph, huh? He had some bad news.
He had some bad news.
To pass along to Bad News Barrett.
Piccolo says, I like using gender as a top tier guy for GM mode.
I would.
Pico's like limo. Make him look like Evolution or the Horseman. Sophie says the WWE is doing what AEW has done with the way they signed both Hardy and Punk by giving hints on WWE television. Robbie thinks the Viking Raiders are saucing tonight.
Oh, yeah? Look at that. Corbin splashes him again. Oh, then hits Eric. You remember when Eric was a badass a couple years ago?
Yes.
He's just not anymore. One punch, he's down.
He got soft. Having those kids.
Having a baby.
Kid life does that to you, I guess.
Now he's some Viking dad. I used to be so impressed with him because he was so powerful. And then Ibar got injured, and then he was chasing like the 24/7 title and shit.
Well, it was hard to put
Oh,
him into...
shit.
I think he just didn't want to be involved in something that wasn't,
Dumb.
Well, I mean...
Oh.
That he couldn't... there's no reason for him to try to go after single stuff, like actual real single stuff, when you're waiting for your partner to get better. Because you have to see how things are going to go with him before you go moving on with your life,
Oh,
right?
Jinder Mahal spills to the outside. Drew McIntyre cleaning house. Shanky's in trouble. Damn, Drew's strong.
Poor Shanky. He should just roll out of the ring.
He's not a veteran. That's a veteran move.
Oh. Well, maybe he should work
Here
on
it
that.
is. This poor 7-footer is going to get kicked right in the face.
Somebody trip him real quick.
No. He's going to kick Shinky in the face. Boom! Big Claymore!
Poor guy.
Look, his teammates are just looking on. And 3. Shinky gets buried. Or Shanky.
That's weird.
That was like a long-ass match that lasted 30 seconds.
Right? Walter's like, oh, lost. So Sophie says they used Nightmare and Dash on commentary this past Monday. Vindicator says probably right, ravioli. Luke says, even one of the greatest WrestleMania surprises ever was when the Hardys came back and won the belts. But even then, it was pretty much known about days before the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, I was telling people, because I remember when that happened. I was pretty upset when that happened, by the way. We were watching it here.
Oh.
It was the one with the big long ramp, that WrestleMania, remember, where they had to walk like a half a mile to get to the ring. It was in Miami.
Kind of remember that a little bit.
I had a couple buddies that were there.
Hmm.
It was a huge platform. They were coming out on like the second deck, and the ramp just went all the way down to the ring, and the ring was on the other side of the stadium or something.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Matthew's like, hey, I heard that CM Punk will show up at Raw the next time they're in Chicago from Nerf. Enough of the crap about Cody. Robbie's like, Vin, you're incredible, LOL. And Puco's like, Viking, vegan, daddy bear, elk, Eric.
Oh, yeah, he's vegan, all right. He's stringing up dead animals all over.
Right.
Speaking of vegans.
There's some Sammy vegan for you. So this is the Hardy Boys had a busy weekend when they came back to the WWE. They worked Ring of Honor the night before.
He's going to do what?
Uh-oh. He's going to bring him to the Canadian world. That's crazy.
They're going Canada. Anything goes.
Oh, no.
First stip. That's a first stipulation.
First stipulation. Anything goes. Phil says, hey, Jacob, there you are. So what are you going to be doing on the weekends? Robbie says, is Sammy on tonight? He was just there. Right
That was
then.
him.
That was it. Vindicator says, Eric Young, however, is a badass, Travis, and a head case because you pissed him off.
I guess. I got a fuck you from him.
Well, fuck you too. Now,
Uh-oh. Yeah, right. Max is like, I'll show you.
I don't know what he's barking about. There's
Who knows?
nothing to bark about.
This match is going to happen. Who's going to win it? I say Liv gets pinned.
Ooh, ouch.
Or either that or nobody wins.
Right?
Who else is in it? The tag team champions?
I think so. Are they?
Who are the tag? Oh, yeah. Liv and... Or not Liv.
Carmella and-
Carmella. And they'll probably
okay.
interfere or show
Yeah.
up or do something.
Matthew says, Robbie, I think
Naxos!
Sammy's on Raw.
You don't bark in here.
Chris, he's like, but you don't understand. You're not listening to me. And something's happening. Chris says Big Daddy Shanky with the L. Russell McIntyre with her mean face. And Pico says D. The E should have pushed Eric just like Jey Uso getting his single shine. Robbie says Sami shouldn't have lost. Matthew says Robbie, never mind, here is Sami. Robbie says, let's hear what Sami has to say. And Vindicator says, oh, Sami calling Knoxville a Hollywood crash test dummy. Robbie's like, oh, Matthew. Sophie says the next 2 weeks could be the final 2 weeks of some WWE stars since it's that time of the year again when some people get released. They don't have enough people to release. Matthew says, oh, Hollywood crash test dummy. And Robbie says, feel the glow. I can't need to put my shades on. Pico's like, Sophie, don't manifest that. And Luke says the length of that crazy WrestleMania ramp was 375 feet or over 1 football field long.
It was nuts. Like, they had to walk that whole thing.
Matthew says, oh, yeah, sorry, Robbie. Speak of the devil. Robbie says, feel the glow. Oh, well, I can't see blind by the lights. Pico's like, the pups didn't like your swears.
I guess not.
Robbie's like, D, I reckon you could do the 6-9-1-9. Probably not. Luke says Liv will either get pinned clean or interference will incur. And I says, yeah, Liv getting pinned to keep Rhea strong or something like that.
Yeah, or, Naomi could get pinned by Rhea, by the way. Sasha's not getting pinned.
No.
And Rhea's not getting pinned.
Shouldn't, anyways. Here is a trivia question for you. Which 2 WWE superstars formed the Meta Powers?
Ooh.
Pico says, oh boy, a cross-promotion match, yowie wowie. Sophie says, do you see Cesaro come back to the WWE at some point?
He didn't leave on bad terms, so yeah.
I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
They'd bring him back to work with younger talent. Maybe even go to NXT.
Vindicator says, I love me some Sasha Banks, but so many tag matches back to back to back. They should have warned me that tonight's episode was some kind of weird special. Robbie says, Sophie, stop, please come on. And Vindicator says, oh, and tell Naxos I said hello. Yeah, I hear you, buddy, and appreciate you. Woof, woof.
He already said hi to you. And everybody out there in wrestling world.
Right? Robbie's like, D, you're agile, ain't you? No. Chris says, LL Sasha fruit roll up by Liv. Luke says Undertaker's longest entrance ever was at that WrestleMania. LOL. It lasted 19 minutes from the time the first gong rang to when he turned the lights on by lifting his arms.
I remember that. That was the Roman Reigns one, wasn't it? Where Roman beat him.
God damn. That would be boring as fuck. I probably left.
I'm pretty sure you stayed, and that was the one that upset you.
Was that the midnight one?
Well, it wasn't midnight for us, but it was midnight for them. It was like that match started at 10 our time, at midnight their time. Mm. If that's the one I'm thinking of.
As he says, Robbie Misty does the Bronco Buster. So he says, what is going on with Titus O'Neil? He does this thing.
He's catering in the back.
Robbie says, Sophie, I see you coming back to haunt the chat with your rumors every week. Sophie says, Shamel getting inducted into the Hall of Fame instead of Undertaker's wife. Luke says Titus is being a WWE ambassador and heading their charity stuff. Joey Rico's in the chat. Hey, Joey says, what's up, everyone? Not much,
Woo!
Joey. How's it going, my man?
Thanks for hanging out
Thumb says, oh, yes, here comes Rhea Ripley. And Luke says, yeah, LOL. Robbie says, Matthew, yeah, D would be good at that. Chris says, no, it was Taker versus Edge at Mania 24. Matthew says, Rhea is greatness. Luke says, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage.
What?
So
it wasn't 20. There was no. It was just a few years ago.
The long ass one.
The big ramp. That wasn't 24. It would have been in the 30s.
It says, hey Jacob, who will win this match? Sasha Banks with Naomi or Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan? Luke says, there's a clip of Taker's face when he was at the top of that ramp. You could clearly see he was annoyed and snarling his lip at the ramp, rolling on the floor.
Oh my gosh. Who took a car? Was it like Stephanie McMahon? Didn't she wrestle at that one and she like drove down it? Or was that Triple H? I can't remember. Somebody.
Was it both of them?
Or was it Sasha Banks? I swear to God, I can picture Sasha Banks on the back of something driving down the ramp.
Oh.
But it's been a long time. That was like 6-7 years ago.
Rob is like, do you want to taste the food at Titus Catering? If he was made good food, who wouldn't want to try it? Joey Rico says, how you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. How you
really
doing?
Good. Just hanging out, watching some,
Watching Sasha.
SmackDown and Sasha and them. Oh, there they are. They are ringside.
Oh, they are.
So they will interfere because Carmella has to look at herself for that.
Queen Zelina looks like $1 million.
Look at her tag partner.
No, she don't like her.
Loathing. At least she doesn't have Corey to dingleberry with out there.
Right.
That's good. Anyways, the answer to that trivia question was Curtis Axel and Damien Sandow.
Oh, Damien.
Let's see. Matthew says Yo-Yo Joey. Or Joe. And Ravi says, hello, Rhea needs to improve for me. Sophie says, with Edge versus AJ Styles, they keep changing what night of Mania it is going to be on. Pico says, wrestling is so unique. They amp up the entrances 1,000 more times than any UFC or boxing event. Matthew says,
I don't know. You ever watched a Tyson Fury fight?
Right.
He comes out to pretty elaborate entrances.
Yes. Some of those guys do. Some of those boxers, like the champions.
Dante Wilder,
like
yeah.
The
heavyweights.
big champions. They come out to some pretty funky, long shit. Matthew says Sasha looking good. Ravi says Liv has shocking music. And Luke says Chris, WWE has on their facts site says his longest entrance was at the same WrestleMania that the Hardys came back. Vindicator says, Travis, did you think Rosa and Dr. Faker's steel cage match was better than any Hell in a Cell match involving the Spawn?
No. I know. That match started out too slow. It got good at the end, but it started out too slow to be put on a higher level. But, I mean, I can't think of any Hell in a Cell matches with Charlotte in it. The ones that keep sticking out to me are the ones with Sasha and Bayley and the Sasha and the man. What's her name? Becky.
Yep.
So, possibly. Because I can't think of any with Charlotte in it. Oh, my God. That was supposed to be an arm drag. Wow. All right. Sasha wants those belts.
Yay. Stop. Nah. Philip's like, hopefully, Liv Morgan isn't wearing a t-shirt.
She is.
She's wearing a t-shirt. Wearing that t-shirt. Pico's like, who had some memorable WrestleMania entrances of all time? I don't know.
Do you guys remember WrestleMania? I think it was 3 or when they all came down and they like all got carried out to the ring, or they were on a card or something. They were all in a miniature ring. Like Andre was in there.
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure it was WrestleMania 3 when Hogan and Andre came down to the ring, but it could have been a later one.
Right.
It was actually pretty funny.
Sasha all pointing fingers at the champions on the side there. You do have Liv and Sasha in the ring right now.
Yes.
Everybody, a man's dream is happening right now that loves these two.
She looks like she's already crying.
Well, it's that stupid makeup thing she fucking wears.
Oh, she's sticking her. She's gonna smack the shit out of her. Sasha cannot be trusted.
Naomi is now in there.
Oh, God. Everything just turned red as she looked up her colon. Whoa! That was too low.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be on her waist.
Legs. Well, even if it was like around her gut or something. That's just weird.
It's usually around their chest.
Yeah.
So she missed.
Badly.
See my ring? So Carmella is engaged, and she's getting married like the weekend after WrestleMania.
That's weird.
Like it's gonna be a busy week for them.
Hopefully she doesn't get a black eye. Matthew's all excited about Rhea, and Sophie says in both nights of Mania we'll have a 2-hour kickoff show, so the NXT pay-per-view better not run late on that. Pico says who had some memorable. Alright, ask that. Film says Rhea Ripley's outfit, so Sophie says Cena. Vindicator says Liv outfit wants me to watch her booty, and I will gladly oblige. Film says, and they're Pit Boss too. Pico says, I say the HBK ziplining down into the ring. Luke says, the tag champs are out there, so interference incoming, lol. Sophie says, Rusev with the tank. Robbie says, Sophie, you should do the bookings for the next pay-per-view. Sophie says, Rhea's another tag team after they broke up her last one. Liv just can't do it on her own, guys.
Rhea's good.
Have to put her with somebody else. Robbie says, Sophie, I get the feeling that you don't get out much. Piccolo says, yeah, the 100 Cena's coming out doing the you can't see me ham thingy. Looks like rolling on the floor. Robbie and Robbie's like, Sasha is so good in the ring. Matthew says, Liv and Banks looking good in this matchup.
Yeah, Sasha is very good. She's more talented than any of the other women in the match. And you can see it. But Rhea's powerful, which is nice.
Don't wiggle too much.
Her pants are going to come off.
Well,
boom! Oh, right down her lower back.
That's why I told her she shouldn't wiggle too much because then she wasn't completely straight when she went down.
All right. All right, Liv Morgan back in the ring.
Sophie wants to know who had the most forgettable Mania match over the years. Well, if it
I
was
was
forgettable,
I would
then you
forget
wouldn't know what it was. Robbie says, Luke, it's true, though. And Sophie says, Triple H versus Jericho. Vindicator says, Spawn, unfortunately, had the first ever Lady Cell match versus Sasha. Tom says, hey, Jacob, who will win in our particular match?
Oh, shit.
Says, I meant Day. Piccolo says, yep, it was iconic because I can remember the fans throwing trash at Heenan and Andre.
Oh, God. Naomi was supposed to land on her feet and ended up landing on her butt.
She's waiting for her to get up. She's like, okay, girls,
shit.
get up.
Ripley's a lot of woman.
Well, compared to them, yes, she is. She's not any taller than me, though. She's not any bigger than me. She's not that much of all of a woman. That's why
she's not Nikita. That's what we need to see is Nikita Lyons get up to the main roster.
She just looks so much bigger than those girls because they're like midgets. They're so tiny. It's like putting me next to your sister. Jeez, Liv, you're a lot of woman. Gosh, I couldn't imagine why. Maybe because the person next to me is like a child. Child size.
We've got a lot of work to do.
Here's a trivia question. Who eliminated Kane at WrestleMania 32 and won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale in his main roster debut? This lady? She probably did.
We watched him already.
Mm-hmm. Rest says if you have the most forgettable comments, I'm not gonna lie. Fam Pico says WrestleMania 3 at the Superdome. LOL. That's like, yeah, I mostly remember the American Dream Dusty, this, and the women he was with. I can't remember her name, but yeah, the miniature ring. Robbie says if you let people enjoy WWE, please. Matthew says Sasha is really good wrestling. Pico says it was the Silver Dome. I had to bring
Pontiac,
back
Michigan.
the Hogan's after promo where he was in New Orleans and said Silver Dome instead of Superdome.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Sophie says, remember they were hinting towards another Sasha Charlotte feud that was before the Rumble. Matthew says that was a beautiful vertical suplex, the power of Rhea. Willem says, Jacob, are you here? Did you see my question? I was like, Matthew, how good is Sasha? She's got it all. Matthew says, commercial break. And Pico says, JVD, how you doing, homie? What's up? What's new up in Chi-Town? Robbie says, is it bad to eat ice cream at 1 in the morning? Not unless you have lactose intolerant problems or you get heartburn easily.
Or if you're on a fast.
Sophie says, SmackDown usually doesn't use all 2 hours. They usually end the show 5 minutes early. Matthew says, Robbie, I only trust my money at Sasha's Banks. Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla.
2.5 minutes early.
Hey.
Are you a homeowner?
Matthew says, what kind of ice cream? Bob's like, I guess Jacob isn't here. Robbie's like, LO, yes, Matthew, you know it. And Robbie's like, Ayla, hi. And Pico says, Robbie, I ate ice cream at 2 a.m. the other night. Right? Like, who fucking cares? Like, you're up, you're eating ice cream? Yay. Man says, Shopee, what the hell are you talking about now? They don't end 5 minutes early. Pico's like, hell of a sugar rush. Bob says, hey, Miss D, is Liv Morgan wearing a t-shirt? No or yes?
T-shirt.
Yes.
With
She's
the fishnet arms.
T-shirt. So he says, LA Knight, I could see him get moved up to the main roster. Will he get his name changed? Who knows?
To Kennedy. Kennedy!
Kennedy. Right, says, go on, Cola. Vindicator says, Ayla, you missed it. There were two Sophie in the chat, but the other was called Sophia. I was like, Sophie, stop with the rumors. And it was like, yes, I own a poop box. Laughing, just kidding. Sophie says, sometimes they end at 9:55 or 57. And Piccolo says, Ayla, been smuggling any Girl Scout cookies lately? It was like, literally, though, we own a house. Phil's like, no,
good deal.
Come on, Liv. It was like, just bought 3 boxes with my antibiotics. 3 boxes.
Picks them up.
Antibiotics.
Look at this. And Naomi's not small. She had her in a vertical suplex for a minute.
Baron Corbin was the answer to that.
Yes, it was
question.
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Knocked her eyelash out.
Totally.
Half of it's laying there on the canvas.
She lose her shit again? She always loses
That's
her.
Bianca.
Oh, well,
Remember Bianca used to lose it all the time?
She loses her shit a lot too.
That's going to be a GIF, by the way, or whatever they're called. A GIF. Was Liv there bouncing in the corner, trying to get the tag. Her butt was going... boop, 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 boop,
Oh, yeah. Somebody will do it.
Oh, yeah, it's already been done. Sasha. Getting excited. Whoa. Meteora. Oh, shit.
Ooh, kicked out. How dare she. What flavor did you get, Ayla?
Green. Mint.
Of Girl Scout cookies.
Mint.
The Thin Mints? I'm going to say some of those. I bought 10 boxes. I need to eat some more of them. Bobby says, if you were in the UK watching, she would have been blocked a long time ago. Matthew says, there was a farmer who had a nag, and Ayla was its name. La. Hey, Ayla, and Ayla was its name. La. That's really sweet.
Whoa! Missile dropkick right to Sasha's face. 2. Sasha kicks out. Why can't we have this feud for a while?
I don't know. Because they had to put them both in tag teams.
Right.
Does that help?
Riptide. There it is. No! Sasha rolls it around. Backstabber! Bank statement coming up. Oh. She tagged out.
She tagged Naomi in.
Naomi's
like,
going to bring
I'm
that
gonna
ass.
do it too. Ooh.
That's it. Rhea's done. 1, 2.
Oh.
Liv Morgan with the
She
save.
finally got her crybaby butt up and did her job.
Well, you say let the ladies headline it a little bit more because those other men's matches were short.
Nice, yeah. Keep them going. Anyways, it says, good night, Dean, Travis, and Bravi.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Sophie. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good weekend, hon.
We'll see you on Monday.
Bobby says,
Be
Liv
safe.
saves the day. And Matthew says, this is a good match. And Ayla says, thin Samoas and Adventurefuls. Oh, they are selling Adventurefuls, huh? You kind of said that they probably weren't going to sell those right away.
What are they?
Those are the new ones that they had out there.
Uh-oh,
The
look at
brownie ones
this.
with the caramel and sea salt. Oh, God, dumb.
Oh, Rhea lands right on her lower back.
She didn't do anything.
Liv did it all.
She didn't do shit.
Did it all.
She didn't
And somehow
do
she's
shit.
hurt. I never understand how that happens.
I don't either.
The person that does the move
right?
is hurt.
They're like, oh, God,
Oh,
my
shit.
back. Okay.
Tamina and Natalia. Oh,
Nat-
it's going to be a 4-way.
It's Natalia
gonna be a fatal
and
four-way.
Shayna Baszler.
They had to let them in. They want to be in the Mania.
They do. Natalia and Shayna Baszler are the ones that came down and are interfering. So the interference didn't happen from Carmella and Zelina. It happened from 2 other people.
More dames. Liv Morgan, come on, sweetie. Oh, shit.
Let's see.
Oh,
This
they're
match
gonna
says
get in there.
Match, Travis like Liv saves
Look at the
day.
champions
Oh,
getting
they're
dirty.
doing some stuff in there with their crown on and everything.
No
They
shoes.
took their shoes off. Good for them.
Well, they had fuck me pumps on.
I know. It's probably a good idea that they took their shoes off. Although, I don't know if I want to be in there with all the boots happening. Ayla's like, then Samoa's an Adventure Falls. And Phil says Liv, Aaron Prince Liv. And Matthew says, ooh, damn. Always says Natty and Shayna cleaning house. Luke says, and this is how it becomes a tag team fatal 4-way. Just why WWE, for fuck's sake.
They got to put everybody in there.
They got to give everybody some...
Everybody's got to get TV time for some reason.
Participation trophies.
Basically, if you don't go to Mania, you are absolute trash.
Matthew says, what are
And it shouldn't be
Falls?
That way. It should be the elite of the elite, not the worst of the worst don't go.
Yeah, exactly. Matthew says, what are Adventure Falls? And Sophie says, baseball season is finally almost here, and I love chocolate milkshakes. Chocolate milkshakes are pretty good.
I think it's, May 7th or 9th, right, when baseball started. I think it's the 9th.
Chocolate milkshakes are okay. I tend to like peanut butter shakes myself, Sophie, with vanilla ice cream.
From Sonic?
From Sonic. They are really good from Sonic, yes. Vindicator says Natalia ruins everything. Ayla says she told me they only have one case of Adventures each. Yes. James Sotelo says, do wrestlers have to pay for their own merchandise to be made, or does WWE pay for their merchandise to be made? WWE pays for the merchandise.
And they also make all the money from it.
Yes.
And the wrestler probably gets like 3%.
Yeah.
No, they probably get more than that, but not a lot.
They only get a portion of it, though, for sure. Matthew says, all hell is breaking loose. Ravi says, Natty thinking she's hard. And Pico says, when did Shayna and Natalia team together? I don't know when that happened. A minute ago? Sophie says, oh, 6 Sasha at Mania, so they are giving her the reverse.
Hey, that's night 2.
Anything goes. Yeah, on Sunday. He did say it earlier when he said he wanted to make it that. Chris says, feet,
he's done.
Selena looking nice.
We're live, bro. He's like, you're out of here. He just been summoned to Vince's office. Get out of here.
All right, well, I'm going, I guess. Robbie's like, Johnny, LOL. Ayla's like, fuck me, pumps. Chris says, Shayna the eye candy. Sophie says, no, I'm really going. As Chris says, I think it will be tag ladder for women title. Matthew says, James, WWE mages it, but in the indies, it's on the wrestler. Ramit is in the chat. Hey, Ramit. Says lots of respect and regards from India. Oh, thanks, Ramit.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for hanging with us tonight. It says, Matthew, they're brownie cookies with caramel. Salted caramel. Matthew's like, Ayla, I love Amy Winehouse. Film says, kind of wish Liv Morgan wasn't wearing a shirt. I'm kind of glad she's wearing a shirt, actually, sir. Liv. Ramit says, finally, Liv Morgan got their new buddy, Rhea Ripley. It is the biggest blow to Ruby Soho and AEW. Matthew says, Ayla, those sound delicious. I was like, nice, Matthew. And Film says, Team Rhea and Liv Morgan won. Yay. Robbie says, I have them headphones that they use on SmackDown, but without the mic.
Oh, yeah?
Chris says, Pat McAfee being summoned to the principal's office. It says, you were making reference to her song, F Me Pumps, right? Actually, she was asking Travis because Travis said that the reason why Zelina and Carmella took their shoes off was because they had Fuck Me Pumps on.
Yeah, they're shoes that you wear during sex, basically, when you're a hooker.
Robbie says they are good headphones. Pickle says, random thoughts. I was considering making biscuits from scratch. Do y'all have any tips or instructions I need to follow? What kind of biscuits are you planning on making? Are you going to do buttermilk biscuits or baking soda biscuits? Because there's a little bit of a difference. So it just kind of depends on what kind of biscuits you're thinking of making.
Kid Sensation loves buttermilk biscuits. Anybody remember Sir Mix-a-Lot? Kid Sensation?
No. I know not this person.
Kid Sensation, he rapped about buttermilk biscuits. Free today. What you waiting on, son? Get up, shake a leg, give me 10 of them suckers with grits and eggs, a glass of Kool-Aid, and a whole stick of butter. Them biscuits make me a super fast cut. I feel good.
That sounds terrible. It was like, Travis said someone had F Me Pumps on. Haha, I don't know Amy's music well. Chris says, man, I can't wait for Rampage to see old Jamie Hayter. I don't know if she's on tonight, though.
Somebody is wrestling the midget. Who's that? Oh, it's the pretty girl.
Red Velvet?
Red Velvet.
Is going up against Layla
Layla
Hirsch
tonight on Rampage.
Let's see. Robbie says, subscribe to the Gab is free, man. Like Morgan. And Matthew says, oh, dude, yeah, it's a song. Sorry. I'm on my 4th weed and 78th sip. Ayla's like, street sausage wallet pumps. And Ayla's like, you're good. I'm super sick again. Pickle's like, buttermilk sounds good. And Robbie says, Travis, most DJs use them headphones. They have decent bass and clear sound. And Robbie says, Amy Winehouse is a good singer.
I have Audio-Technicas. But what kind do they have? What's the brand? I like earphones.
Yeah. Pickle, is it anything? So I made biscuits and gravy. I don't know if you saw on our Instagram, like our Wrestling Gab Instagram. I posted a picture on there, and that's a homemade biscuit recipe that my mom has. It's not buttermilk biscuits, but the biscuits turn out really good, and they're pretty easy to make. Do you want me to send you the recipe? I can. Matthew says, sent you a message, Ayla, and Ayla's like, I'll check in a few. Cool beans. Checking a few. Matthew says, street sausage and fuck me pumps is a nice remix.
Old sausage wallets.
And they're fuck me pumps. What the hell?
We're going to have all sorts of codes.
What the hell?
In a year, people are going to be showing up and be like, old sausage wallet.
Right.
Fuck me pump here. Going one-on-one. What you doing?
Text on Ayla back.
Ew.
Maybe that's who she was saying. Oh, no. Matthew sent a message.
They're there. Dames in the back. Whoa. I'm very happy for you. There you go. Sonya Deville gonna add him. I like her suit.
Let me see. Oh, that's very interesting. I do like her jacket.
There it is. Fatal 4-way.
If I was skinnier, I would totally wear shit like that, by the way. Because I love stuff like that. You've seen what jackets I wore to work and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Fatal 4-way for the dames. They're putting all the women in one match.
He got summoned to Mr. McMahon's office a little bit ago, so we'll have to wonder what it's all about. Ooh.
Well, I'm hoping that McAfee has to apologize to Austin because he was a jerk. Remember he attacked him last week?
Right.
For no reason. He was just trying to be there being professional.
People says, sure. Okay, yeah, I'll send it here in a minute. Matthew says, no doubt, I think you'll dig her. Luke says, I made Jade a special dinner tonight for her birthday, and I have to say, I did really good.
Yummy. Look
nice. Was it all the things she really likes? You usually make her this really awesome cake. Did you make her that cake this time?
See, he was trying to make sure.
Happy birthday to Jade.
See how he attacked him?
Yeah.
He was trying to make sure that his headphone was working, so he reached out to
Oh, is that why?
Plug it in because he thought the wire was loose.
It's probably why he's getting called to Vince McMahon's office tonight.
Well, no, then McAfee attacked him.
Oh,
that was Theory.
That's why Pat McAfee's getting called to the office is because he attacked Austin Theory for no reason. He's provoked. No, he wasn't really provoked, and so all that stuff. Robbie's like, the brand is Sennheiser, and the model is HD25. Yeah,
they're very good.
Sennheisers are really nice. It says street sausage sounds very dirty, like a homeless drunk guy tugging behind a Walmart. Ew.
Well, they are really dirty sometimes, but it's a vagina.
Since 04. It says, I know her, Matthew, just never listened to her much. And Chris says, oh, Big Daddy Sonya doing Big Daddy things. Robbie says, Ayla, you should get yourself a portion. Can Pat wrestle? He wrestled in NXT for a while.
He wrestled, yeah.
And he did a good
basically
job.
one match. But yeah, it was really good.
Matthew
Against
says,
Adam Cole. He took Adam Cole to the limit.
Yeah.
I think they wrestled for 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Matthew says, it doesn't arm like WWE is pushing this mania as hard as others. Vindicator's like, no, Robbie, and is like, happy birthday, Jade. And Luke says, I made grilled duck seasoned with oregano and Greek seasoning, covered in a chicken broth and rosemary sauce, homemade ravioli pasta filled with Munster cheese, rolled bacon, and tiny chilled homemade coleslaw. I'm currently baking a 2-tiered heart-shaped chocolate cake covered with cream cheese and cherries. That's it. That's the cake. That's the cake you always make her. The special cake. Bobby says no. And Vinegar says, and wrestling apologies are for the week. Matthew.
So he didn't go to his office. He just went to the ring.
I think he went back there and then he got told maybe and then came back. Matthew says, by the way, I hope you feel better, shoulder beast. Right?
Those 900 numbers. Oh, it was wrestling. I thought it was the 900 numbers.
Oh.
Beef sausage wallet. Call 9100 sausage wallet.
That's gross.
Do you like teen girls?
Shape him forever.
Who was it?
I was like, thanks, one more round of antibiotics. Whatever I had last time turned to pneumonia. I'm having a blast. Ayla, you need to do some really good breathing exercises, sweetie. Like, really, really good ones.
Wim Hof.
Mm-hmm. Piccolo says Pat doesn't have his own theme music. No, he's not a wrestler, you know?
Michael Cole called him. Give me a hell yeah.
Bobby says, Steve and you could take Adam Cole to the limit. Ew, I wouldn't want to, though. James tells us, do wrestlers get to keep their nameplates after losing their title?
Maybe?
James, they probably do. Plus, they can always buy a belt. They can buy a belt that's like a replica belt, you could say. So that they have their own belt.
Here comes Austin Theory to interrupt him.
He knew he would come out. He's like, I know if I talk enough, he'll come out. He goes like, hope you get well soon. Ayla, chicken soup and zinc should help. Robbie says, Cole looking not so sure. Indicator says, I think Pat was a C-level punter in the NFL. And he says, holy shit, I didn't know it was that severe. Plus, you're doing all that stuff with your place. You must really be feeling it. Be sure to eat your sausage. He says that's his southern accent. I guess. Is he southern? Looks like Van Pat was actually in the top 3 punters every single season he played. Matthew says, I've got a theory. An Austin theory! I'm sorry for beating your ass last week.
Filtered face actually.
Oh, he a punk bitch.
He's apologizing to him.
He is apologizing. He did apologize. Doesn't mean he had to apologize nicely.
Well, he got his apology. He was all happy about it. He even posted on Instagram. On the Twitter sphere.
Oh, man.
Earlier
Yes,
tonight
happened. Robbie says Ayla in through the nose, out through the mouth, LOL. James tells us how much real gold is on the belt and was the $1 million belt real diamonds.
No.
It was like, I don't know. They said if it doesn't clear up after 10 days of antibiotics this time, then I need a CT scan to see in depth what the fuck is wrong. Ooh, fun. But I was like, how did Cole draw gal like Brit? I don't know. She's dumb.
Who?
How did Adam Cole, get a gal like Brit? Is what he's kind of
She was a
asking.
dentist. It's easy to charm a dentist.
James Satella says, get well soon, prayers for a speedy recovery. And Robbie says, you going for a brain scan. And Matthew says, James, the $1 million belt was a complete gimmick. I think even their main ones are just gold plated.
Yeah.
Luke says, damn, Pat came out on fire this promo.
That was awesome.
Mitzi says, yep, I was correct. And Neil's like, haha, I'm okay. It's been off and on since January. Worried too much. Last night I Googled myself in a hole. It's cancer. It's like CT isn't just a brain scan. It's like an x-ray. I was like, would you let Brock work at a hardware store? Why not?
Give him a hammer.
And Walter's like, okay, bye guys. See you Monday. Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Chris says, hello, Travis saying it's easy to charm a dentist. Just go get some cavities, guys.
It's like a cobra. I mean, he was obviously a wrestler when he met her. She was a dentist. He was a wrestler. She got into it probably because of him. There's Kofi.
Old Kofi. Matthew says, eat orange, lemon, ginger, garlic, carrots, cucumber, honey, and stuff like that, and you'll be fine. That sounds like a great combination of things to eat. Ew. It was like night, Walter. And Pickle says, have a good one, Walter. And Matthew says, later, Walter. And Robbie says, LOL, Ayla, I know I was kidding. I have taken many patients for mini CT scans. Devastating indeed. And now Kofi's going up against Ridge Holland. Not Butch, though.
Well, yeah, because Ridge Holland is the one that did it to Big E.
It is.
It's payback.
Maybe he can break his neck along with his face being broken.
So Butch is going to interfere in this.
Indicator says, meh, punters are not that significant anyway. It's all about the field goal kickers who actually score points.
Punting is very important in football.
I think he's being sarcastic, but yes, tell him how important it is.
Well, who's saying it?
Vindicator is.
Okay.
Nicola says the New Day haven't had the best 2022 with injuries and all. Ayla says, Ravi, I can't be too sure about your intelligence. Ravi says, do you think Nakamura owns that car?
Oh, yeah. His little truck.
Either.
And his bike.
Does he own it or does Boogs own it? Who drives it? Do they ever show anybody driving the actual truck?
I thought that's how it started.
It's Boogs driving it, so it's probably his truck. Seems like something he would
Rick
want.
Boogs.
Truer words have never been spoken.
We should do fire in our backyard.
We should do fires in the backyard. Start things on fire like ginormous marshmallows. Those are silliness.
Someone has to fight for what is right. To party.
Matthew says, Ben, I thought they were the same guy. And Vinegar says, Nakamura is a true mountain man now, Travis. I say,
yeah.
Thank you for your kind words. And Ila's got the hearts going. And Matthew says, Toyotas are good vehicles. Vinegar says, basically, Matt, except kickers get more away with the ladies, I suppose. Robbie says, oh, Vin, it's a good way to keep fit. Vindicator says, more sway. Robbie says Nakamura was driving. Also, Rick Boogs was driving, so who knows. Bryce is leaving. He was here earlier. Says, okay, guys, I have to go. Bye. Bye, Bryce.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Hopefully we'll see you on Monday. Matthew says, hello. I know a bit about football, but not much. That's good.
25 minutes left to Raw or SmackDown.
Yes, that much. Bryce says Nakamura seems like a cool guy to chill with.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand what he's talking about, so just be like, what?
That's terrible. You're like, you wouldn't know what the hell he's saying.
You'd have to have that app text thing where it's like, blah, 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 blah. Then he'd say, blah, blah, blah. And then you'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
They use it for dating now. Like, people can date people from other languages.
Right? Because they can just do that instead.
That's how Charlotte and Andrade hang out.
It's totally that guy on TV.
Nerds. Woo! Some penguins out in their backyard.
Commercials are great.
Yep.
Commercials are fantastic. Vindicator says, side note, I'm impressed with how quickly Dalitha caught up with the chat tonight. SmackDown has actually moved somewhat quickly, too. Must be a coincidence. Totally. It looks like Travis taught me how to throw a football.
Laces out.
Faces out. Oh, says, hey, Travis, who will win in our particularly match, Bliss or Dana Brooke?
Dana's bigger and stronger, so I guess she holds her down and tickles her.
Sure.
It's terrifying. But if Lily gets involved, then Satan's in the house.
All gone after that. And it's like, wait, isn't Nakamura Japanese? Isn't Toyota a Japanese brand? Is that commercial racist for celebrating a stereotype that Japanese people will only buy things from Japan? Oh, Lord, Matthew.
I'm going to say no.
No.
Rick Boogs is not Japanese.
Pickle says, what if that was Andrade's gimmick and he talks plain as day like a whole ass Texan? Ayla's laughing and films like, interesting there, Travis. It's redesigned gameplay, people. Redesigned and graphics.
We should play it. We can just play each other every time.
Right? Luke says Toyota was bought by GM a couple of years ago. Oh, so they tried to bankrupt Toyota too, huh?
So Toyota has its own stocks, by the way. So you can buy into Toyota.
Which is good. Just what we want to see.
Worth way more than GM stock. But, oh God, that's where he broke his neck.
Again.
It's so weird that they show it.
Matthew's like, boo, get well soon, Biggie. They're like going to show all the stuff.
Oh, they're showing the
happening.
shit we didn't get to see.
They're like, let's show
He gave him
everything.
the old thumbs up. The toes are the ones that matter, dude. Big E, letting everybody know. This is last week. I actually watched these. These were on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
No ligament damage.
Yes. It's going to take him a while to come back from this. It's going to be sad because he won't be able to lift and do stuff for a while.
He was walking, like, out.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to actually lift and stuff. It puts a lot of strain on your neck. Anyways, Ayla says, okay, I'm going to head out. Night, guys. See you Monday. Bye, Ayla. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you later. Matthew says, get well, champ. And Phil says, who will win in a... I'm not reading it. Just not going to read it, Phil. I'm glad that you love armpits. I'm so happy for you, but I don't want to read it. Everybody else can read it.
Oh, big drop kick. Kofi going right after Ridge for that payback.
So Robbie says, come on, fella.
Oh, I'm sure he's heartbroken.
I don't think that Ridge Holland's happy about it. Either.
Right? That's how you want to be remembered.
I'm pretty sure he probably is kicking himself.
I wonder if they're going to let him do it belly to belly. Boom. Whoa. Ridge is a powerhouse, though.
Well,
did you hear how they just played that off? Butch. You may know him as another name, but Butch is what we call him. Mm-hmm. Like, ugh. So, no more Peter Dunne. Whoa. Dang. Knocked Reg right off his feet. His big ass just broke the table.
Right, Matthew just want Rhea to win. Her armpits are hot. Yes. Yes. And, look him. It's okay. You don't need to delete them. I'm just not going to read them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Phil. I mean, I don't care reading your comments about your fetish. But I don't want to read matches like that. It's weird.
18 more minutes. Is this match the main event? There's no way it can go 18.
No, it's not going to.
Is it going to be Brock and Roman again? Because they left.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out. As Matthew says, didn't we just have 5 minutes of commercials? Yes, and now you have to watch 5 more minutes of them.
Yeah, everything that was advertised
Has
has
happened.
been on, yeah.
Well, maybe it could be, I guess. It seems like this would be a weird,
No, it can't be. That doesn't make sense.
long main event, though.
18 more minutes of this.
We have to hear from Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte, yeah. And then what's her name will come out? Rhonda. The boys, they love me.
I forgot she was supposed to come out. They advertised it at the beginning of the show, so I forgot all about it.
Old Char. That's going to take 15 minutes on itself, so this match is over pretty soon.
Yes, Film, I know. I know your honesty that you love imagining all the wonderful, beautiful wrestling ladies with their armpits and hairiness and shaving them and all that glorious stuff. I personally do not. And your words are very imagery enhancing, and I really don't want to imagine it. Personally, myself. Robbie's like, Sheamus needs to be a champ.
Yes, it's time. He's due again.
Yes. Alright, Film says, okay, Biz D and Travis, love you guys, but I gotta get going. Bye. Peace out. God bless America. WWE, everyone's armpits.
We will see you on Monday.
Thanks so much, Phil. You have a great weekend. You stay safe out there with those women's armpits out there, okay? Don't be going up to people and telling them that, and don't be sniffing them, okay? Alright, you be safe. We'll see you on Monday, my friend. Pico says, Travis, do you have a favorite sports movie?
I'm sure I do.
Do you?
I like Major League. I'm trying to think if there's like a football one that I really, really like. I like The Program. That's one of my favorite movies.
Dodgeball. I like
Dodgeball's good.
Just kidding.
Balls of Fury.
Trying to think of a sports. Oh.
Field of Dreams.
Oh, I know. The Kids.
Oh, yeah, baseball.
That's a base.
Sandlot.
Sandlot. That's a good one. Film says, love y'all, hearts. And Matthew says, Film, would Jesus shave his beard? Be close, like maybe one for baseball or football as well. And Rob is like, Film, on a madness as always. Be close says, bye, Film, have a good night. Matthew says, later, Film. Film says,
boom,
no,
big
Jesus
European
Christ
uppercut.
alone. You're kidding, Matthew. But I will never deny my
Oh,
Lord and
shit.
Savior. Bye, Matthew. Bye, Pico and my friend. And Matthew, it's like, then don't think about shaving the armpits. And Pico was laughing. Oh, God, you guys. Leave the poor kid alone.
Kofi.
Let him
Double
love
chop.
whatever he loves. He ain't hurting nobody. Unless he goes around sniffing people's armpits. And then I might have a problem with that.
Don't assault anybody.
Don't assault women because you like their armpits. Don't do that.
He held her down and shaved her armpit. Central Park last night.
He left one unshaven and then sniffed it for 5 minutes straight, the woman said. She felt completely violated on all levels.
He did nick some hair. Whoa!
Kofi kicked him in the face.
What's Sheamus doing?
I don't know. He's interfering.
Uh-oh, look at this. Look at Butch.
The Butch interference just kind of pushed him down a little
Like,
bit.
he wouldn't have seen that.
He's like, I don't know
The
what
referee
happened.
saw it, and then he's acting like it was just Kofi falling.
He's like, hey, what'd you do?
He's going to kick them both
Get out of there.
You guys, both of you are out of here.
It's even creepier because he does look like that pinhead.
He does. He is the pinhead.
But it's like, when is McGregor
One,
coming to
two.
WWE?
I don't know if he will. Well, I mean, he could at some point. I don't like to say never, but I think he's going to fight and lose again in the UFC.
He's got to break something else before he can do
Meteora.
anything else. Kofi's like, hey,
Kofi's got a stick.
Oh, Jesus.
She's trying to gore him.
Holy crap. I was like, when Vince pays him enough.
Oh! Sheamus just saved Butch.
I think he saved Kofi a little bit, too.
Uh-oh, Ridge.
Oh, no. Oh, he's like, let me grab your pants, dude. We don't want to see his butt crack.
Northern Grit.
Northern Grit.
1, 2, and 3. Ridge Holland beats Kofi, the former world champion.
Oh, my God. Poor Kofi.
Getting beat by a rookie. After his boy got paralyzed and his other boy blew an Achilles or calf muscle and an Achilles earlier in the last year before. Those lower leg injuries, those lower body injuries take forever to heal, and sometimes they just keep reoccurring.
Well, like you said, and it also depends on if it's the same side as his Achilles injury. Because if it is, that's even worse. If it's the opposite side, it's not so bad, but... Matthew says, dude, win with a snowplow. Nice. Matthew also says McGregor isn't that big, though, and not known for his wrestling. And Pico says, that's not cool. Right? What happened to Kofi there? And Robbie says, come on, Square, kick the panda's ass.
You know, and McGregor is so unpredictable that he would probably really fight somebody.
He probably would.
If they did something wrong, or if he just didn't like it, or in the back.
They said something to his face, and he's like, I hate you.
Like Riddle, hey, dude, you can't work like smash. Like, Riddle's a fighter, but he'd still get beat up.
Or maybe they've known each other in the circuit.
Right.
And hate each other.
I think Riddle is out in like 12. So, I don't think Connor was in there at that time. But possibly. That would be funny. I know Brock and Riddle don't like each other, but they work fine together.
They don't probably interact too much, so it's probably fine.
Just don't walk up to him and say bro, like he did to Goldberg, because that pissed Goldberg off.
Did it?
But Goldberg's not known for, being the baddest dude on the... Goldberg got beat up by Scott Steiner in the back one time. But Scott Steiner's a bad dude.
It's probably because Goldberg probably went up to Scott Steiner and said, bro. And Scott Steiner was like, motherfucker! And he probably beat the shit out of him for it. And then he's like, you know what? I didn't like it. You know what? I understand now why he didn't like it.
Right. Hey, this is a respect game. I didn't respect Scott. I got my ass whooped. Now it's your turn.
You little bastard. Thinking you're so cool and you're
Here comes Charlotte.
Robbie's like, Ronda defo needs a slap. And Pico says, weird if they flipped it and have a Moss versus Connor. Just like WrestleMania match back then, Big Show versus Mayweather.
That would be fun. Charlotte looks pretty good tonight in her black. I like when she wears the black.
She's wearing a lot of outfit tonight.
Covering it up.
Robbie's like, is that Ronda car they were fighting on? Oh, who knows, Robbie? I don't know.
I really doubt it.
Matthew's like, where has Sonya been? McGregor would go into business for himself. I agree. Robbie says, Charlotte looking piff tonight. Mint. Vindicator says, look like it's about that time, Travis, says there is a trashy blonde lady on my screen. So you guys take care. And I will see you next week. Keep Naxos out of trouble for me, Jalitha. Bye. Jorge Vindicator. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, Vin. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend, dude. And we'll definitely see you on Monday.
They're all Joneses. And then the Jonases. That's how I feel like I'm as old as Tommy Lee Jones. I don't know who the Jonas Brothers
Whoever
are.
you are.
I guarantee I've never heard one of their songs.
If you have, it's because McKenna made you listen to it at some
She didn't
point.
like them ever that I'm aware of. But maybe in the...
A song on the radio, and she's like, I like that song.
Right.
But never, liked the band or something. I don't know. It's just weird they're like a boy band that became a boy band later on. I don't know. Pickle is like Scott Steiner, all about his freaks and his peaks.
Oh, yeah. I felt the wrath of Scott Steiner personally in my face. I know all about Scott Steiner. The guy behind me threw a pop in his face and he attacked me. That's a true story. It was in 2001, maybe?
Poor child. It wasn't me.
I was just standing there minding my own business, hanging out with all my friends, and the dude behind me, like literally right here, just took his pop and went boom and just hit Scott. This is on TV, by the way. Hit him right in the chest and it went right up his face, and Scott just grabbed me. And I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I was like, I got beat up by Scott Steiner.
Oh, he didn't hit. He just grabbed me, and I thought I was dead. I just let go of life. I just let go. I was like,
Dude, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I had 4 friends with me, and they were powerless against those arms as he's grabbing me. I'm like, oh, God.
That's funny.
And Kyle looks like Arnold. Like, Kyle's a big dude. He looked just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But he was too far over.
Right.
To do much. But anyways, it was... I got kicked out. The security grabbed me, and then he went and wrestled, so I didn't get to see the match. I got thrown out. And Kimberly Page, if you guys remember Kimberly Page, she let me in the back. So they had it fenced off, and the Nitro girls were playing basketball in the back. And they had a fence around the back door. And she opened it, and I went back there. And then somebody opened the door, so I just went in. And so I went through the back, and then out where the wrestlers come out, and then back into the crowd, and then worked my way back to the front row. That's a true story.
That's pretty
Nowadays, I would have recorded it with my phone.
Right.
But we didn't have that shit back then.
Guy says Charlatan Flair better be lousy, pouty Ronda Rousey. Later, Vin, have a good night. Robbie says Matthew definitely, and Pico says see you Vindicator. And Matthew says I don't even like Flair being the champ. She's a good wrestler, but she needs to massage some room for other talent. The thing of it is, Matthew, is that she has been champ, but she's always a short-lived champ, and this is the longest reign she's ever actually had.
I feel like it's a real long one.
And it's actually good for her because she's actually starting to be like Charlotte Flair bitch, and that's okay. Piccolo, what? Kimberly Page? She's a piff.
Oh, yeah. She was definitely back then. She wasn't a Nitro girl at that time. I don't even remember if she was even part of the show at that time. But she was an original. But yeah, they were all in the back playing basketball. All the girls.
Travis used his charm.
Okay. Scott Steiner just beat me up and, no, just kidding. But no, it was like 25, 35, 45 minutes later by the time I got in. So I missed half the damn show.
Right.
It's when Hulk Hogan came back as Hulk Hogan, and nobody thought it was like everybody, even the announcers, even Tony Schiavone was like, "What the fuck is that? Like nobody knew he was going to be himself again."
That's funny.
And it wasn't the Hulk Hogan music in WWE; it was the other one that he used in WCW because he couldn't use his normal music.
Right.
I'm like, why is Hulk Hogan back? That was in Boise.
That's funny.
I'm Charlotte Flair. And my legacy's big. Of course your legacy's bigger than her. She's been in wrestling for 3 years.
Not even. She's been gone for...
Well, I know, but she was there for 2, and then maybe even only 1.
Ooh, spines. She doesn't have any of it, especially when she makes fun of all the wrestlers and makes fun of it.
Well, of course she doesn't have what it takes to be 13-time champion. She's already in her mid-30s.
Matthew's like, make room for other talent, LOL. Robbie says, Ronda, what new ankle lock does she have? Nothing. It's the same crap.
Curtis ankle lock.
Robbie's like, Ronda only has 3 outfits in her wardrobe. And Travis, you should cut your hair like NWO Hogan.
Oh, shit. It's like shave it in the middle and just... I'm trying to remember what he looked like. Or a bandana. Oh, Ronda's going out there. She's going to lure you into another trap.
I don't think she gives a shit what you say, Toasty Marshmallow.
She's not good enough on the mic to do that anyways.
Right. Pickle says, do you have... So Pickle has a question. Do you have a favorite phase of the Hulkster? Besides the typical 80s real American gimmick.
That's it. That was obviously my favorite. That's what I fell in love with when I was a child, like a little teeny kid. And I didn't really like the NWO stuff because they made him look weak, and I just was never a big fan of that.
Matthew says, Flair is definitely looking like a star, but she just bothers me for some reason. She bothers a lot of people, Matthew. It's fine.
She rubs people the wrong way.
A lot of people don't like her.
Oh, Ronda got her. Charlotte will not look weak, though.
They better not make her
Well, they
look
just
weak.
don't.
Rob is like, why is Ronda
shit!
always jammy? I can't stand her.
She was supposed to land on the apron right there, and she landed on the floor.
Ouch. Ronda did, or Charlotte?
Ronda. She went to trip her feet out, and she fell off and then into the ground instead of onto the ring apron.
Oops.
Don't pull her shirt down. It's already down far enough. Big boot. Ronda. The ankle lock. Charlotte got over there. Oh, she's going to hit her with a kendo stick.
She got another kendo stick. She had them all hidden all over the place. I was like, Hulk was savage was the best.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day. See? Look at her. She's bending her, breaking her in half.
Robbie's like, I like square cooking Ronda. Take that, Ronda. All right, Robbie.
Hit her with a chair.
Like, I don't think she sold that cane shot.
No, not at all. Like, it didn't even phase her.
That didn't even hurt. Like, whatever,
Charlotte
bitch.
picks her up. You can see her little butt thing. Her bodysuit.
Bodysuit that she's wearing.
Look at that. And it snapped the table. We've seen giant men not break that table.
Did you see Pat McAfee? He's over there like this.
Look, yeah, I see him. He's doing it now. Look at Ronda's bleeding at her gums. She's bleeding in her mouth and her nose.
Really? That's weird. Did she bite herself or something?
Maybe,
That's strange.
But in her inside of her nose, there's blood up in there too.
All right.
Wow. See it? Oh, it wasn't close enough, long enough. Charlotte just annihilated Ronda.
Matthew says, T-Rex, I thought that trip was a botch. See? Flair botches in segments like these.
Oh, botchy.
No, it wasn't a botch. Luke says, if Charlotte keeps destroying Ronda like this before WrestleMania, it's obvious they're going to give the belt to Ronda and WrestleMania. Oh, yeah.
I think
we already figured that was going to happen, Luke, because she's going to take the belt. It's going to be disgusting. I'm not going to be happy. I mean, I know people don't like Charlotte, but Jesus Christ, put it on somebody who totally badmouthed the business after she left because she was so shitty that nobody liked her, and that's why she badmouthed it, because she was like, how dare you, I'm so good.
I feel like if anything, she's gonna lose and then hold the belt for a year, and then she's gonna lose it to Becky when she goes to leave.
Yeah.
Unless Becky decides to get pregnant again.
Right. Luna was in the chat, but they're gone now, saying I'm gone. And Robbie says, "Oh, I don't mind Square when she's in this mode." And Gothlesia says, "Me too, says I got a son to raise in the morning." And Robbie says, "I'll better call a dentist then." Commander Martha says, "I'm off for the weekend." And Matthew says, "Maybe Soapy was right about SmackDown ending 5 minutes early." It was just a couple. Piccolo says, "I thought that was gingivitis, dental hygiene PSA. Brush your teeth, kids." Heidi from Staten Island says, "I'm out of here." Woo. And Mitzi says, "Yeah." And Robbie says, "D, solving the outcome." And looks like Ned, "I'll be safe." And Matthew says, "Rona doesn't need nor deserve the belt."
Yeah, I don't like it, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like that's almost a...
They're just throwing it in our faces too much for it not to be what's going to happen. It's disgusting. It makes me sick and I want to throw up. Anyways, alright guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight for SmackDown. Just remember that Rampage will not be on right now. They're having the NCAA tournament matches or basketball games happening. So the Rampage will be kind of later on in the night on your local TNT
just
station.
Just check your listings.
Yeah, so you'll just have to keep watching to see when that happens if you're a Rampage fan. All right, everybody. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us for SmackDown. We'll see you again on Monday for Raw. Everybody have a wonderful and safe weekend out there. Make good choices, everybody.
All right, thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.